In this video, we're going to be talking about the 3 areas of Pokemon that I think are worth investing during this Pokemon downturn. Hang on to the end because I also have something else I want to show you. I'm Steve and welcome back to the Pokepointers channel. I look at the Pokemon TCG from a financial perspective and I want to share my insights with you. Today, I want to walk you through how I personally look at Pokemon cards from a financial lens, how I structure a lot of my thoughts and apply frameworks so that I don't purchase everything in sight because I'm following a certain set of rules. So let's face it, we all can agree that Pokemon has retraced significantly since its highs in February. WotC has gone down as much as 50%. If we take a look at those Charizard non-first edition, non-shadowless base cards, they've fallen down to as low as $150 for a fair condition of the card. Charizard Shining Fates is going for as low as $120 from its highs of around $600 or $700. Even sealed product, which we've all thought was the best investment piece, right? Booster boxes, ETBs, XY Evolutions has gone down almost 30%. Even I'm guilty of buying things that are just way too high because I thought this gravy train was gonna keep going, right? I paid $450 for an ungraded base Charizard. I bought a couple of Kanazawa Pikachus. I've bought a lot of Shining Fates, Chilling Reign, battle style sealed product that I'm still holding on to. And you can see it in the back. While I've bought a lot of it at MSRP, and not marked up, I'm still not making that much money in the short term, right? And I've even lost some money on some of this product. So I'm willing to take losses here and there in the hopes that in the long term, this is going to go up. But I've also noticed that prices are abnormally cheap compared to February's highs. So I'm really excited here, right? On one hand, my sealed product is down, but on the other hand, a lot of this product is relatively cheap. And I want to make sure that while I'm buying into this bear market, that I want to mitigate the risk of any of these products turning into a bad investment. So if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. The plan. So instead of trying to go and eyeball every card on eBay and just buying whatever I think is cheap, I think it's important to set a plan around it. For every single set and card that I look at, I need to take a step back, be patient, and apply a 3-step structure around it. First one is historical price trends. How has that card's prices looked historically from the highs in February to the increasing prices in 2020? It's important to look at sites like eBay, TCG Player, PokeGoldfish, and PokemonPrices.com just to get a sense for that. How it compares over time. Is this card abnormally low? Has it fallen 60% compared to other cards in the set where they've only fallen 30%? Maybe that represents something cheap. Taking a step back, this might seem obvious, but it's important to be patient and wait for when the right card comes along at the right price. If you can be patient and snipe a card for 20% lower than the current market value, that just means you have higher upside from a percentage point of view later on. So it's important to be strict, set target prices for yourself, and don't buy a card even if it's $1 over that. The second one is future expected rarity. So a question I ask myself is, in the next 3 to 5 years, is there going to be a lot of expected demand and a relatively short supply for this card? Now, this is going to be an opinion, but I don't think it matters if there's a lot of print for this card as of several years ago. If there's a huge demand that comes from, say a Pokemon anniversary or something else that skyrockets demand, it's also going to boost a lot of the population wanting to buy into these sets. And if there's no further supply injected into the population by basic supply and demand, prices are going to increase for the current set of cards. Of course, rare cards that don't get reprinted are always going to work in this scenario. Personal appeal. At this point in time in the Pokemon downturn, I'm not going to be buying cards for the purposes of speculation. I'm only going to be buying cards that I want to keep in my personal collection for at least 5 years. The point is, I don't expect to flip these cards over the next several months. Be patient. Buying something like a PSA graded 8 base common or uncommon WotC card is not something that I'm thinking about today. I don't personally want those cards, nor do I think a lot of other people do. It was just a matter of people just trying to grade everything that they could. I don't think that people really enjoy collecting those cards, so I don't want to either. If I buy something that I do want, I'm going to be okay with holding it regardless of its performance, whether it increases in price, it decreases, and chances are somebody out there is going to be like me and wanting that card too, so hold on to those cards. So I'm sifting through a lot of these Pokemon card sets, and I want to give you examples of sets that I don't think pass the muster. Shining Fates. So historical pricing is down to all-time lows, and the personal appeal on this set is great. I really enjoyed opening these packs. I love that experience, but future expected rarity is not going to be really high because of this. Ultra Pokemon cards in general, right? The Pokemon Center has reprinted a lot of the sets, and Shining Fates is a very, very recent set. There's still a lot of demand, so I expect them to keep printing this for potentially the next 2 to 3 years, right? So as a result, future expected rarity is not going to be very high because of reprinting risk. Sets like Skyridge and the e-reader series cards are great, and they have a lot of future expected rarity just because there's just such a low population count for them, but there's just been too much hype around these cards and they haven't gone down that much. They're actually increasing in price as we speak, and I don't personally have a nostalgic attachment to them because I wasn't in Pokemon at that time. Now to go to the sets that I do like for this purpose. Number one are Japanese Sun and Moon sets. Now a lot of this reprinting of ultra modern sets has been around the English Pokemon like Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. Those sets have been reprinted to oblivion even now for sets that we didn't even think that we're going to get a reprint like Sun and Moon. But with the Japanese sets, they're a lot more controlled in how they monitor supply and demand, and there haven't really been that many reprints of older 3 to 4 year sets like Sun and Moon, which is why I like it a lot. The Sun and Moon sets here contain ultra popular cards like the Gold Secret Rare Pikachu Zekrom, the Charizard Reshiram. These cards were only released in Japanese format, so it's not even in English to be reprinted, so I really like that a lot. There were a lot of strong full art card trainer cards, much better than the XY series, like Lily, like Cynthia. Those types of cards are just skyrocketing value today. They make or break a lot of these sets. Sun and Moon promo cards. In both the Japanese and English variants, pre-release promos from Team Up, Lost Thunder, like the Armored Mewtwo, Ash's Pikachu. There's just so much to love here. And with promo cards, there's just very little chance that these are going to be reprinted. I mean, that's almost the definition of these promo cards. They're released once and that's about it. I mean, look at the special delivery Pikachu, right? Rarity is pretty high while there's still enough demand from the general Pokemon population that people still do want these cards, especially if they're important characters, they're popular characters. And I personally just love these for my personal collection. And this last one might surprise you, but I really, really like the retraced, reprinted Sword and Shield sets. Even though a lot of these have been reprinted, for investment purposes, I really like the fact that they are at perceived rock bottom prices. Now, I'm going to be talking about this in more detail in another video, but sets like Battle Styles and Vivid Voltage, where booster box pricing is below $100, it's such a no-brainer buy for me. They're at or below MSRP, and a lot of these sets I actually do enjoy collecting for my own personal collection. And if you can buy a booster box at $80, there's barely any downside risk here. I think the lowest that a booster box has ever been is currently Battle Styles at $82. It's not going to go much below that. Even XY Evolutions only went down to about $70 or so. So even if you lost $10 on a booster box, that's inevitably going to go up in the next couple of years. And as an added bonus, I want to show you 3 items that I've purchased that meet my criteria. Pokemon Munch. Prices for the non-Pikachu cards have dropped a ton, like the Rowlet, like the Psyduck. They're down to anywhere from $50 to $60 on eBay. And I was able to pick a couple up for 30% lower than those highs in February, and I think they're good holds for the long term. I first bought them late last year at pretty high pricing, but I'm just buying more and more of these. I mean, these were special promotional cards. They're not going to be making them any longer, and I got them in pretty great condition. So while I expect there to be a good number of them out there because they were free cards that were handed out, they're only gonna get rarer. I also love the aesthetic, and I'm looking to build out multiple sets of these in the near future. Base set booster packs. I'm speaking for myself and probably for a lot of you out there, but I can't afford to just purchase a base set booster box by myself, let alone a first edition one, right? Like, that's a great investment piece, but I don't think I want to put that much money into Pokemon products. So as an alternative, buying a couple of these base set booster packs, unweighed, weighed, whatever they are going to be good investments in the long term as well. I mean, these are the very first Pokemon English sets, and I think there's a lot of nostalgia and there's a lot of demand around it. Now, there's a ton of WotC base set out there, but as more people open up base set booster packs, these are just going to get rarer. Packs have been going down in the past 6 months. I originally bought a number of these packs for about $500 to $600 each, and now they've fallen to as low as $350. So I think it's worth picking up a couple more. They even make good displays for your personal collection. Plus, for me personally, there's a lot of nostalgia around this set because this was the very first set that I collected. And the third one is a specific product, the Miracle Twins limited edition box. This limited edition set came with 2 booster boxes and a variety of other products in this really, really nice package. And I really like how it looks. Miracle Twins is a great set, and it's also an older Japanese set, and it was only sold on the Pokemon Center in Japan. On eBay, prices are slowly rising again, but I was able to purchase a couple of them for about 11,000 yen, so it's around $110, and now I'm seeing it go from anywhere from $150 to $180 on eBay and StockX. My favorites in this set are obviously Mew and Mewtwo, but Dragonite and Misty's Favor make great appearances as well. And I think this set is going to have some really strong staying power, especially as these Japanese sets stop getting reprinted. So what do you think of my choices? What do you think of the structure itself? And would you buy the same thing? Let me know in the comments. Remember, if you're enjoying this content and you want me to keep putting out more, just hit like and subscribe. It would really help the channel. And if you click on the next video, I'm going to be giving my assessment of the most valuable Chilling Reign cards out there today. Don't forget to check it out. And with that, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.